commitment that you find it a lot easier to commit to someone, and you can't even make a commitment and reach a goal for you. You can't do it for you, but you'll do it for someone else. Now, how does that work? Hi, it's me. Do you guys care that I didn't change my shirt? Like, let me tell you something. I'm gonna let you know a little secret. Come here. Come closer. So, a lot of YouTubers, we film a lot of videos, AKA pre-filming, but we just switch off our shirts. So, I guess I was feeling a little lazy. I didn't feel like going upstairs. Like, I'm just here to serve quality content. Is that okay with you? Mwah. Okay. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Asha C. Hey, what's this up? I'm gonna jump right on into this video, but before we do not forget to turn on your post notifications so that you're notified every single time that I post, and do not forget to follow me on Instagram, inserts right here, so that you know what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis, because I'm really active on the grams, okay? So yeah, let's jump right into it. Gosh, this is such a good topic for a video. How to be content being single. Oh yeah, I'm gonna give you guys 3 tips on how to be content being single. These are not groundbreaking things, and I think at best, sometimes we need to hear someone else say the obvious. We are all at different stages in our lives, and sometimes it's difficult being single. Depending on what your situation is and your upbringing, it's very easy to feel like, oh, I need to be with somebody. Oh my God, I feel so incomplete without someone. But the more you work on yourself and the more you add value to yourself, you understand that now you're the asset, and you start to love yourself the way that you want to give that love to someone else. Being single is not a curse. Being single is not an issue. Being single actually is the perfect time for you to work on yourself. I think that we hear this so many times that it loses its significance. I really want this to resonate with you guys deeply into your cores. Being single is the time to work on yourself, to be whole as an individual, so that you're not entering into a situation without an identity. Because I've said this in previous videos. If you don't know who you are, anything that someone tells you will dictate to you how you actually are. You don't know who you are, you're gonna believe them. You're lazy. You're dumb. Maybe I am lazy. Maybe I am dumb. No, you're not. And a lot of the times when we're lost in our lives, because we all have that struggle, this is one of the struggles that I talk about that you can't skip. It's a very vulnerable and sensitive time. The people that are around you, the people that you're attracting, it's a very sacred time, because these people have the ability to really get really deep in your subconscious mind and ingrain things in there that may or may not be true. And a lot of the times they are not true. And then as we are healing, we have to unpack and unload all of those things and all those weights off of our shoulders. And it's hard. It's not an easy thing to do. Singleness is a beautiful thing, because after all relationships that you're in, I don't care how old you are, you go through a phase, like an identity crisis a little bit, where you're just like, okay, a we is now an I. Who am I without this individual? It happens to every single person. I don't literally care if you're 18, I don't care if you're 25, and I don't care if you're 50. You have to start to rediscover who you are outside of that other individual. The more healed and the more solid you go into a situation, the better it is. And yes, there are still gonna be nooks and crannies where you may not realize something about yourself, and it takes another individual to kind of highlight that to you. Depending on the situation, it highlights to you what's going on and kind of how you are in that situation. Can't stress it enough. I can't stress it enough. You need to be working on yourself. You cannot expect, to come to someone in complete shambles, like a whole project, and expect them to put you together. Okay, because people have trouble putting themselves together. So yeah, it can be very difficult to put together a whole other person, I can imagine, right? And you don't want to put that pressure on an individual. That's not saying that someone can't help you out of, where you are or your current state, but You don't want to feel like a burden and like a whole project. You understand? The dynamic that sort of creates is not really a sexy one, okay? Number one, how to be content in your singleness is to discover your passions. What do you love? What have you always wanted to do? What you need to do is you need to think about what it was that you wanted to do when you were a child. What did you want to do before you grew up, before people told you that, that's stupid. Oh, you can't ever be that. Too many people do that. Oh, that's oversaturated. Oh, that's not going to make you that different. Oh, that's not really that special. Are you crazy? Do you actually think you could pull that off? If you cannot find happiness within yourself, you're going to be dependent, codependent on another individual or another thing being your happiness. That is not fair because we as human beings, we are flawed. We make mistakes. People are not always going to make us happy. Our own family, people that are closest to us, tend to disappoint us. So for you to place your entire happiness and essentially self-worth into another individual really isn't fair for both you and that individual. Number two, commit to a goal. Whether that is a spiritual goal, whether you decide, okay, you know what? Every Sunday I'm going to start going to church. That's going to help me find some sort of foundation, some spiritual foundation, so I can feel grounded and rooted in something, and that will help inspire me in other areas of my life. Or you have a fitness goal. I want to lose 20 pounds by January. Commit to it and actually be consistent. Your freedom is found in your commitment. And for me, commitment is something that is very prominent in my life because I do have the tendency to be inconsistent with certain things. And this is me being transparent. And I know that about myself. So that's to me no longer a weakness. I identified what it is and I will always strive to change that. And I will change that. You have to know all the areas in yourself that is a weakness, and you have to be able to commit to something. Commit to something. How is it that you find it a lot easier to commit to someone and you can't even make a commitment and reach a goal for you? You can't do it for you, but you'll do it for someone else. Now, how does that work? It's only going to work but for so long, and I can promise you that. Career-wise, what do you want to do if you have found, your job, whatever the case is? Let's say you want to be a YouTuber. Commit to it. You know what? Let me start off small. Let me start at least putting out one video a week. Great, cool. Commit to it, get it done. Show up. That is like one of my favorite things ever because I'm like doing this running app on my phone and like it's kind of frustrating because like I run around in my cul-de-sac and like I don't know, sometimes I just get really self-conscious because I'm just like I don't know. I know people are not looking at me, but I kind of just feel like people are looking at me because I'm the type of person where it has to be enjoyable for me in terms of exercise or I will not do it. So instead of making an excuse and doing nothing, I do something in proxy of that. So right now I'm currently doing Blogilates, which I personally really love. And if you guys are curious about who she is, I will put it in the description box below. But yeah, just do something. Show up. That's the hardest part. Once you're there, you work from there. No one ever wakes up and regrets going to the gym. Oh, I wish I didn't do that workout. Yeah, says no one ever. No one ever wakes up like, oh, I wish I didn't journal this morning. Oh, I wish I didn't set my goals last night. Wish I didn't plan out my night last night. No one ever says that. Show up, commit to yourself. Number 3, this ties in with number 2. Fall in love with yourself. I don't know how to do that, Asha. I didn't grow up in a loving home. I don't know the first thing about love. All I know is how to spell it. Adding value to yourself, meaning the things you do to invest in yourself, whether that be emotionally, spiritually, financially, physical labor, whatever that is, that adds value to you. Disciplining yourself, doing tips 1 and 2, okay? Discovering your passions, committing to your passions, doing what you said you were gonna do before you try to make another individual accountable for what you expect them to do. You need to show up for yourself. This is how you fall in love with yourself. You understand how much work and dedication and consistency and determination and perseverance that takes. So you're not gonna settle for anything that's being thrown your way. You're not. When you fall in love with yourself, that is how you start to become content with being single. Because for a lot of us, being in relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, that is just a distraction. And when you turn around, it's a lonely life. It really is. You spend so much time getting to know other people and discovering yourself and who you are in other situations and in other people that you spend zero time getting to know you on your own. How does that work? I'm really asking you this. How does that work? It doesn't. It doesn't. That was a rhetorical question. And I think it's important that we need to stop requiring things from other people that we are not doing for ourselves. You can't even hold yourself accountable to you. We have a problem and it's not in Houston. Fall in love with yourself. To go over all the tips that I just went over just now, the 3 things. Number 1 was to discover your passions, what you love. Number 2, commit to a goal, okay? Number 3, fall in love with yourself, okay? I hope you angels have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you need to do to commit to your goal? What do you need to work on to be content in your singleness? What have you identified after watching this video that you need to work on so that you can be happy in this journey? It's a beautiful thing. Let me know. I'd love to talk to you. If you'd like to speak with me personally, I do still offer my consults. I get back to you guys as soon as I can. I do get a lot of consults, but I do stay on top of it as best as I can. All the information for how to reach me on Instant Go, which is available for both iPhones and Androids, will be in the description box below, as well as all the makeup I'm wearing and where I got my hair from, who did my lashes. All of this is in the description box below. With that being said, I love you and God loves you, and I will see you angels in my next video. Mwah.